G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel Bonsai Works. It was a very windy last few days, and last night was especially windy, so I'll come out to assess the damage, and I have had one tree get knocked over, but that's not too bad. I'll be able to get this black pine back up and on its feet easily. So unfortunately anything that's kind of tall and lanky, so that's still okay, that one. No damage, that's good. But the problem is this. Found my Radiata Pine, my huge Radiata Pine on the ground, and that's the result of the pot. Absolutely demolished. Not happy, but it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it now. I need to assess the tree because it actually had fallen on the front of it on here. Now I'm going to go and assess what any damage to the tree, and have a look if any branches are broken. I can see all the branches have been bent because they actually landed on this side, so I've got to reposition those, and just make sure there's no broken branches. It's been ridiculously windy in Melbourne. It's just unbelievable, so frustrating. It's like Melbourne can't handle having a nice warm day without having massive winds. It's very frustrating. So let me go and assess the damage on this tree. Just one more look at the remaining pot, what's left, and here's my little Jack Russell checking it out too, what's going on. But that's it, that's the tree, that's the pot, destroyed. It's going to be really hard to get a large size one like that in Melbourne at the moment. We'll see what happens. Alright, didn't fare too badly, this tree. I did find one broken branch down here. It was kind of teared off that joint, so what I've done is I've just put grafting tape back on that branch and just put a wire just to twist it to try to hold it there. If it survives, it survives. It's only this bit of foliage here, and this could always be wired around to go into that spot, but I do want to save as much as I can. Yeah, so unfortunately not much I can do. It is what it is. It's a big tree. Problem is there's no pot for it right now, so I'm just gonna have to put it in burlap or plastic. I've probably got plastic, probably better, until I can go get a pot. It's going to be very hard to find a good large pot at a reasonable cost as well here in Melbourne. So we'll have to go and do that. Bloody wind. very frustrating. But the tree's okay. A lot of the branches have been bent upwards, so I've just got to push them back down. I was trying to give this tree a rest this year from, you can see all the candles, nice candles everywhere. I gave it a rest from buds, candle buds selecting in autumn. I just wanted to give it a recovery. I didn't want to pluck all the old needles. I wanted to really get it nice and strong and healthy, and it's looking really good already into early spring. So, but yeah, we've got to get a new pot for it. All right, I'm going off to go and try and find a new pot for this. I'll wrap it in plastic for now to keep the roots well moist, and yeah, good luck to me. All right, everyone, so unfortunately I've had to house my big Radiata in a very heavy plastic bag for a couple of days while I tried to source a pot for it. I did end up getting a pot that was wide enough and deep enough, but the depth, the height of it isn't as deep as this one. So this was about the 11 centimeters, and I got one about the 7 centimeters. So I actually ultimately wanted to get this into a shallower pot. So now's a chance to do it. The tree seems healthy enough. I can't see any more broken branches. All these have been bent upwards. I can definitely tell that. So all the wires have been bent that way. So I haven't really wanted to touch it just yet. I wanted to repot it and leave it alone and let it recover before I actually attack any of this area, rewire it, etc. As I mentioned to you before, I was trying to give this tree a break this year from all the bud selecting and needle plucking. I wanted to really get all the energy, and then this happened to it. So I'm going to go and try and let's work the roots down, and I'll show you what the pot looks like in a minute. So this is the pot. So I think it's a nice size, width and depth wise that way, and this height wise is actually going to look pretty good. As I said, I always wanted to get into a shallow pot, so this should work out nice. It's got the two-tone color, which isn't too bad. I would prefer the one color, but it was hard to get the exact pot you really wanted. So I'm on this side of the work area at the moment, so I can't really show you a good background, but we'll get to that later. I just need to work on the roots here on this side of the area workshop, and I'll get started on that now. Okay, everyone, so you saw how I prepped the tree and root work. It wasn't as bad as I thought because it's in such a good open mix and I've looked after it for many years. It was actually pretty good. I've also cleaned underneath. I showed you how I cleaned underneath as well. The soil came off reasonably well, so it wasn't too bad. It wasn't as traumatic as I thought it would be. I'm just going to move the tree over now, across over to the other side. But before I do that, I need to actually get some soil into the pot, just to put a layer in to make sure I'm going to be okay. So let's see how much soil I've got. So it's going to probably take everything I've got. But luckily I mixed up some more this morning. So I mix it up, put it in a big bucket like this, and use it as I need to. But let's have a look. Let's spread a layer. I'm going to make it pretty even. I think I've got too much, actually. I'm going to take some out. All right, so I've laid it pretty flat, probably about that thick into the pot, about my finger thick. What's that? A few centimeters thick. And I'm hoping that will sit with this root base. So let's have a look. So I'm bringing the tree over now. The hardest thing with maneuvering this tree is all the corky bark it's got on its roots. I mean, on its branches. Sorry. Excuse my butt. All right, let's have a look. It isn't too bad. I think it's a little, maybe I put too much soil into the base, but I'm going to work it in a bit more, and then top it up with more soil around the sides. I should be able to get a nice good fit. So it's feeling nice in there now, pretty sturdy. Got some good heavy tie wires in to tie it up. I just want to get the exact position I want in this pot. All right, now that I've tied the tree in, I did one at the front and one at the back. Now you pretty much don't really need chopsticks, you just need your fingers, because your fingers act like chopsticks because it's such a big tree. I'm going to start to work the soil in. I'm just trying to position it a little bit more forward. I'd probably positioned it a bit too far back, but it should be okay now. But because I've tied it in, it's more secure, and I can just have little small variations to the way I've got it set. There we go. That's a bit better. And the tree comes forward a little bit, which is good. So now it's a matter of just topping it up. As I said, use your fingers for now and then you get your chopsticks out later, but fingers usually work pretty well with such big trees. All right, everyone, so there you have it. The hopefully rescue should be okay. At least I got into a shallower pot, which looks way better than the heavier pot I had it in. So it's all in all, it's a positive result from a really negative situation. So not the best I can do right now. I think I do like the pot as a two-tone color. Looks pretty good. As I said, I'm not going to really do much with this tree until summer. I'm going to let it grow over the spring and let it recover. Thank goodness it's got all this foliage. I didn't decandle it in butt select in autumn, and all the old needles on there because that's all the energy. So having all that will feed the roots now over spring. So that's a real positive. It just worked out well. So if there was a time for that to happen, breaking a pot and losing it, then that's pretty good. I did only, as I mentioned, showed you guys, I only had one broken branch in here. It's like torn, so I grafted taped it back and tried to tie it in. So really the aftercare is it's pretty much going to treat it as per normal, as a normal repot. There's nothing unusual that happened other than breaking the pot with this tree. I discovered it early enough so it didn't dry out or anything like that. It just had a repot, so nothing really, nothing other than like normal. I'll probably put it in the same spot it was in the garden. I will tie it down this time, so I won't have this issue in the future of the wind knocking it down, but that's about it. So, guys, there you go. Emergency repot, broken pot, storms, wind, survived it all, and it's got a nice new pot for it, much shallower, much more interesting. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and don't get too scared if your tree breaks a pot. You can always recover. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.